Hello, everybody. How are you all doing today? This evening or morning, wherever it is where you're at. I don't know what it is because everyone's time zone is so weird. Someone's like got freaking 3 a.m., the other one's got like 7 p.m., some people's got 9 p.m. I don't know. But how are you all tonight? Well, what's up, everyone? Now, today, in the final hour, we have Dreamer Boy underscore. Oh, wait, no, Dreamer underscore Boy 13. Usually I don't say those things anymore because it just throws it off. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's it. Just Dreamer Boy 13. Okay. So first things first. Anything that like is said bothers you, whatever, you can just straight bypass. Don't worry about it. Don't answer. You should choose not to. There's no pushing, and we're good. All right. Next thing is,
alright.
who are you?
Well, I'm Dreamer Boy 13. I'm just kidding.
Well, no shit,
I guess I would,
mofo.
I guess I just say, I'm a everyday person. I do TikToks when I can. I work, take care of a family. Yeah, it's just an average, normal person. Um, that just likes to enjoy making content that I know that people like and could hopefully get some ideas through my content so they can succeed with whatever they want to do.
Awesome. That's a really good outlook. Make like you make stuff for other people to hopefully get like better or like a smile on their face or like, ooh, I like that. Let's do that. Let's go. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. And thank you for that follow. Let's actually go through this list real quick because we gained a couple follows today. We got M002, thank you for that follow. Zimia Boo, Noli Gaming. I thought you were following me already, Noli. Meaning. You followed me, what? Oh my god! Hell yeah. That's everyone has dropped the follows earlier in the day. Hell yeah. I don't know when you dropped that follow, Maximus, but hell yeah. That's freaking epic. Awesome. And my quick actions are gone. The fuck? That is so weird. Let me reload this. There we go. There they are. Okay. There we go. We're in here in mass. Hell yeah. What are we gonna study in mass today? What are we gonna learn? What are we gonna preach? No, we don't do that here. That's other stuff that people like conflictions and stuff goes on. So you make content, you try to put smiles on people's faces, and you're a family man that works. So what do you do for a living?
I am a caretaker at a mental health retirement home.
Nice. So you
Yeah.
so you have those days where you're just like, I gotta deal with this one today. Oh God. Yay, I get to deal with this one. This was awesome.
Yeah, I've done a lot of caregiving jobs throughout the years, and
Okay.
this is my newest job. So I have experience, but this will be the first time I actually work with people that have mental diagnosis. People that kind of do have the like mentality of like a kid, or just stuff like that. So it is going to be a big change. A little nervous, but excited to see how it goes.
Hell yeah. How it always should be like whenever you're doing a new job or anything, like being excited, trying to figure out what's new, what is with it, and like dealing with people. But that's gonna be the hardest thing is dealing with the people, right?
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you're go ahead.
yeah, there can be some bad days. Just working in a retirement home in general, there can be some bad days, emotional days. You can grow attached to someone and they end up passing away. I've done that, cried, so it can be a hard job.
Oh yeah. Like that's with anyone though. Is you get attached to anyone,
Mhm.
like they just disappear. It's like even if I hate you and you disappear, that's like fuck. I hated you,
Mhm.
but I still liked you in some weird way. Yeah. So yeah, thank you everyone for coming out. We got a good turnout so far. This is good. This is good. So we got you do that. So what made you go into mental health and to help people out?
Well, I, for one, have my own mental problems, and it's always a work in progress. But I felt like with my experience, with my past and previous experience with other retirement homes I worked at, I thought it was time for a change. I thought it would be. I feel like I could help some people make their days a little bit easier, a little bit happier. Um, yeah,
Nice, very nice. That's really honorable. Like it's like one of those where you're going into something to help people, and you could do something totally different. Where it's like I don't want to deal with people, but you actually want to deal with people at the same time. Don't like people, and hate people, but love people. It's a weird scenario, right?
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that's really cool. It's really cool. Remember, chat. You guys could ask questions too. Just remember that. So, like, you got a question, by all means, throw it in chat. If I miss it, repeat it like a couple minutes later. Don't spam it. You spam it, I just ignore it. Anyway, do you besides TikTok? What else do you do?
Um, I usually stay at home and game. I'm not really a social person, which doesn't make sense because of my type of job and when doing TikToks. uh, but when it comes to like face-to-face interactions, I'm nervous, I'm shy, don't know what to say. So other than working in TikToks, I usually just stay home. Sometimes I'll go on night drives, but other than that, that's about it.
So, what's the most craziest thing you've seen during a night drive?
I would probably say a car wreck like you would see any other day, but this one was a multiple collision. It was actually during a um, lockdown when the pandemic first started, and it was a multiple car collision. Don't really know exactly how it happened, never found out, but one of the cars was on fire, another car was in on the other side of the highway. And there was a semi truck, so I mean that could probably be the problem. But that's probably the craziest thing I've seen. Other than that, you usually have your typical uh, druggies that try to go up to your car, especially where I live. If you're driving around at night,
Damn. Yeah, that's like driving around Chicago too, and you just see the random people like, "Can I wash your window?" And they start washing your window anyway. It's like, and then you turn on your own windshield wiper fluid while they're there. Yeah, I've
yeah.
done that. That they got away after that and yelled. Light was green though. So that's interesting. So you go on. Why do you go on a night car drives though? Like, what's the big?
Uh, it, to me, it's peaceful. You know, I like drives, especially if it's like I live in a really foresty area, so day drives can be peaceful as well because of the scenery. But I like night drives because I'm just a night owl in general. I like the quietness, the peacefulness. I like, parking somewhere, looking up the stars and just listening to music. It's just really calming to me.
Yes, night driving really is. I used to do that back in the day with blood a lot. Everyone in chat, please just like tag her in a random comment in a video that you have and say just go straight. She will curse me out later and it will be hilarious. I'll explain if she does do it. So, and yeah, night driving is so much fun. It's so chill when you got the time and you just like disappear and there's nothing around. It's so nice. And there's no one else really around, especially like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. There's no one there.
Yeah, there you hardly see any cars. That's
Yep.
always nice too. No
Exactly.
traffic.
Exactly. So you say you play games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recently actually just got back into Apex. Um Other than that, I play from anything from Injustice, Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, Halo,
Okay.
Cuphead, Bendy and the Ink Machine. So I play a wide variety of games.
I haven't played Cuphead, but is that game actually as hard as what people say?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
It is? Okay, okay.
Even
Yeah.
even when I sometimes do easy mode for a level, it still takes about 12 to 20 tries before I can actually get it. Yeah, it's
Damn.
a hard game.
That's old school right there. Old school,
Hmm.
but with save points, right? Shit. So
Yeah.
okay. So you got back into Apex and you play a lot of games. So what's your favorite type of game though? Like is it action adventure?
I would probably say adventure. Like the game I play, Far Cry Primal. It's like a survival game. Basically, it takes place back in 10,000 BC. Woolly mammoths, saber tooths. You try to survive, um, attack neighboring tribes, stuff like that. So I like adventure survival games.
Cool, very cool. Interesting. I haven't played too many of those. Like I'm an
Hmm.
adventure, action adventure guy too. Even though I play a lot of Apex, but I actually am action adventure more so. But Apex kind of took me over. But so you're a family man. How many kids and do you have a significant other or
I have three kids, two girls, one boy, and
nice?
yeah, and just a girlfriend.
Okay, nice. So how old? How old? I'm curious. I gotta know this one.
So my oldest daughter is going to be turning 6 this year, and then I have a 2-year-old daughter, and then about to be a 1-year-old son.
Oh boy, you got
Yeah,
the youngins. You got the youngins where you're just like, yeah, you're still at those ages where you're like, no, just go to sleep, please. Or you pass out, you take a nap, and they're like, oh,
oh yeah.
nice. That's awesome. That is awesome. So which one's the troublemaker?
I would probably say my son. He has my personality, my attitude, so very, very stubborn, feisty. Um, he likes to test the waters.
Mm,
I'll tell him not to do anything, and he'll like look at me like he understands, and then like smile, and then can like go and do it.
right? Like, I know what you said, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, what?
Yeah.
I'm too cute. That's awesome. Awesome. Then we had a question from Heart Attack. Who is your biggest influencer as a creator?
Um, I have a couple. I'd say my top three would probably be Primal Darkness, Dark Corruption, and at the time I would say Infernum Asylum. Um, Now it's between Primal and Dark Corruption. Dark Corruption was the first video I ever saw right when I got TikTok. And like the first video of cosplay OC type stuff. And I thought it was pretty cool because I used to do face paint. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it out. And ever since
Nice.
then, I've liked it.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Dark Corruption, and you got Primal Darkness. And so, how about like Primal Darkness keeps being Thanos? What is up with that?
I don't know. Like, this is what, his sixth, seventh time?
Yeah. Did he come back
Like,
this time? I
give the
don't
guy a
know.
break. Yeah. Yeah, he came back.
Okay.
Thank God. Like, yeah, I felt really bad when I saw that. I was like, are you serious again? Like,
Yeah.
give the guy a break.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Confirmation. Yes, he is back. Yes. I don't understand that. TikTok needs to get better moderation, people. And it would make more
Yeah.
sense, less stupidity. But as humans and humanity, I've learned there's a lot of stupidness involved. So, okay. You saw Dark Corruption was one of the first ones in Primal Darkness. But if you had to choose which creator you would want to meet first, which one would it be out of the two?
I probably would have to say Primal. Um, I feel like his OCs, the way he does his content, and the way my OCs and the way I do content, kind of relate with the certain type of style in a sense. Um, so I'd probably say Primal.
Primal? Nice. Very cool. Now, Noli Gaming has a question. What piece of advice Dreamer would give to his younger self?
Um, That's a good one and a tough one.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, is there a
Getting real
limit?
deep
Is
here.
there a limit, or is it just one? Like you could go back at any point of. Let's actually put a little guidelines. You could go back at any point in your life and tell yourself one thing not to do. What would it be?
Um, I probably would tell myself, with everything I went through, I would probably tell myself, if you start to have second thoughts with any decision you make, don't do it, because those second thoughts, like back then, I ignored, but now I realize it was my sixth sense telling me not to do whatever it was. So I'd probably give that advice. Listen to your gut.
Damn. That's what I do all the time. Something tells me not to, I don't do it. It's weird. Because usually when I
Hmm.
don't listen to it, something happens. So I'm just like, you
Oh
know
yeah,
what? Yep. So I listen. It is actually that's good advice. That's really good. Makes sense. And that would cover a lot of loopholes and other things. But how much
yeah.
now, if there were things that you were able to change because you were able to trust your gut in those situations, what's one major life changing event that would have happened if you trusted your own gut?
um, I yeah, I would say not traveling um across states. When I was 18, I thought it'd be a good idea to save up a bunch of money, leave in the night, travel all across the country. Um, I would go back and stop myself from doing it.
Damn.
Yeah.
What do you think that would have changed? I'm curious on that. Hmm.
Um, I would have been able to change at least 4 years of my life. 4 years of my life was put on hold. Um, that's the biggest part right there.
Okay. So you could have continued, learned more things. Well, you learned some things from that, but you would have been able to do other things that you would need to have done in your life that would put you to where you're at now. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough, fair enough. So I know you got TikTok and you like putting people's faces or you like putting smiles on people's faces and like giving them inspiration, but why did you start doing it?
Um, at first, I mainly only did it because I had experience with face paint designs, the horror scene, because I used to work at haunted houses. And then after I started growing more, gaining more fans, I started getting messages on TikTok saying, you're the reason why I ended up doing this, or I'm glad you followed me. I love your content. And ever since I started getting those kind of messages, it felt really good that I was able to help people create new ideas for what they want to do. And it made me feel good that the stuff that I was putting out on my TikTok page was making people happy and enjoying it.
Nice, very nice. So what's your favorite comment you have received?
Um, Probably when people say they saw my video on the For You page.
FYP! Yeah! That's where, like, I don't go to my following page because I want to see the people on the For You page because that's what helps their numbers and their page. And that's TikTok being TikTok and just being stupid.
Yep.
Anyway, but yeah, that's really cool. Like, just FYP, simple FYP. When someone says FYP, we good. And
Yep.
Wild's Heart, you are definitely one of my biggest inspirations. He's like, I got nothing to say to that one. I'm gonna just blush with my white paint turning yellowish slash red. Okay, okay. And so now that you're a content creator, you work in the mental health department, you play a game, and you are a family man. Now, what like with all of these things, how do you find the time to do content creation? And if you could you make content creation your career, as in like it's the main thing you do and focus on?
Uh, so normally back then I was able to kind of make TikToks whenever I wanted. My schedule was very flexible. But now working with and the mental health and having to do other priorities, what I tend to do is I take one night out of my week and I go through all the audios I've saved up for the month or the week or whatever, and I figure out which OC I want to do for which audio, and which one has the most audios. And then for that night, I'll get into the character and then bust out maybe 20, 30 videos, and that will be uh, my videos for the month. And I'll upload 2 to 3 every day.
Nice, very nice.
And to answer your second question, I would like to make it out a career being a content creator. Um, I don't think it would ever happen. I do try to stay positive with thinking, maybe one day it can, but I do see all these other people on TikTok that are way better than me, and I don't know. I want to, but I don't think it will happen.
I mean, anything's possible. It's just putting the time and energy into it and just going for it. Like, your name is
Yeah,
Dreamer Boy. I mean, you have a dream, try to live it.
yeah. That's
Like,
actually funny that you mentioned that because a lot of people that try to guess why I have my name as Dreamer Boy, it's like, oh, because you're you're a dreamer, like you're cute, you're a dreamer, but actually the reason is what you said because, I have dreams, I want to dream big and not fall short of anything.
yeah. Like, you just keep going. I mean, no, if you fall short, you just get back up and try again. I mean, really what it
Exactly.
is, just never give up. Like, you know how many times I wanted to give up on this shit? Fuck. But you know what? I keep going because I do enjoy it. Sometimes I don't want to press that go live button, which is like right there, and I could just stop the stream and say fuck all of you. But I love all of you at the same time. And when I do go live, it's just a different. My whole feeling is different. You feel like a different person. It's like when you make content for TikTok. Like, you feel once you post it and you get those interactions of any sort, it's a different feeling. It's like I did something I helped someone out, regardless if it's for anything. It's just crazy. Even for the trolls have to have something to feed off of, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of trolls, have you ever had trolls?
Uh, yeah, not recently, but I've had my fair share of trolls. People coming in, just trolling me, and I try not to let it get to my head. So I usually reply to their comments and just say, "Thanks for helping my video gain more likes and views and comments."
Right. I love your lives, Harps, but it's so much better actually gaming with you. I try, but I rage so fucking hard, and I swear I just suck at Apex at times, or I just suck overall. I don't know, but yeah, we could play more games. Definitely, just hit me up, of course, on either on chat or in, I don't know. Discord is usually better because I actually see that. But yeah, we could game again, and you should game with me sometime. That'd be interesting. But
Yeah, I completely suck.
hey, it's hard. It is so hard, and I switched to keyboard and mouse. I just want to cry. But you had a couple topics you wanted to talk about. Which was one of those topics you want to talk about?
Well, we kind of started talking about the like, who am I? I will let the people in the live pick between the other two. How about that?
Okay, okay. We could talk about both, but they could pick the first one.
Yeah.
Broken One, thank you. That follow. Welcome to the shit show called the Final Hour, where we don't know where it's going, but it ends up from point A to point Z in no specific order. Enjoy! So, what are the two topics? Did I just like wake you up and you just like freak the fuck out? Is that what the fuck happened? He's like, what the fuck? So what are the two subjects? Two subjects.
Uh, I think when you asked me, I panicked. I was like, crap, I don't know what to talk about. So I suggested uh, aliens and space because that's more of the knowledge that I have about anything when it comes to
Really?
space. Yeah.
Really? Okay. So we got that one. What was the other one? Because you had two.
Uh, aliens.
Aliens? So space and alien. Okay, so which one
Yeah,
first?
because you said
Chat.
controversial. I was like, well, maybe aliens could be controversial topic to talk about. So
Right?
let's let's do aliens. Up at that.
Aliens is in up in the sky, UFOs, right? Not the
Yeah.
band, right? Not the band.
No.
Does that mean he's an alien? Oh, Creeper, you better not come in here and just lurk. You better talk shit like you always do. Mm-hmm. You better. And what's up, Dubs? How you doing? Maybe we'll get some more games in that later on. Um, and so chat has not decided. They haven't said anything. Come on, guys. Come on. And definitely Wild when we have to game again. Definitely. Nope. Come on. It's like chat. Which one? Because I'm gonna just pick. Because I know the more interesting one is it's aliens and what people are either scared of them or believe in them or they don't know because they haven't seen them. So
Yeah.
let's start with that one since chat's just in their own world talking. Yep, we got heart
Talking
attack.
to each other.
We got one aliens. All right, heart attack said aliens. There we go. We'll do that one. All right, aliens. Do I believe that they're real? Yes. Can't be alone in this fucking huge ass universe. But what's your knowledge of them that you know?
Um. Well, the way that I've always viewed it is that you're right. You know, this universe is huge. We've discovered billions of galaxies, billions of planets, and you really think that we're the only ones? Um, so the way that I see it is that I've heard a lot of people say the reason why aliens may or may not exist is because they need the certain functions and atmosphere that we need to survive. Um, so they can't survive somewhere else. But the way I see it is, well, they're aliens. You know, they could be years behind us, years in front of us, and they may need certain things to survive that if we were on their planet, we would die, and vice versa. So
Exactly.
that that's the way that I perceive it.
Like Earth is all oxygen based. Every living organism needs oxygen. In another planet, it could be a different resource that they have that they could feed off of that we don't even have availability to,
Yeah,
and that's very
yeah.
true.
So that's the way I see it, and just the main fact that we can't be the only ones out there, especially with how big this universe is.
How about the fact of a lot of people believe like the ancient Egypts and how everything was created back then and the technology that technically was there that they can't people can't even figure out how some places are made because those laser cut like it was like and they're going how did they make this because we can't even replicate this with our technology and it's like
Yeah,
are we actually living in the dark ages technically and we're just building back up. I mean there's so many interesting questions
yeah,
like
there is.
yeah.
I I've thought a lot about that too because you know the technology that we always learn about in school about Egypt and the pyramids, the tools that they used, they were pretty far advanced for the time that all of that took place, and with also just how smart they were with how to build the pyramids, the traps, the chambers, the tombs, all of that. I believe that maybe they may have encountered aliens and they helped because if you dig deeper with history of Egypt, you see very ancient old hieroglyphs and paintings and carvings of alien faces and things that look like they could be a UFO. And back in that day, you know, you carve or you paint what you see. So I feel like maybe there was something going on there, and that something happened to where, yeah, we're pretty much starting over. Um, Another theory that I've always heard about aliens is that we actually are the aliens, and
Yeah.
that if you look into Mars's atmosphere, there's some chemicals in Mars's atmosphere that it resembles chemicals that are used in atomic bombs. So they think that maybe we originated from Mars, had a nuclear fallout, and the first two people that came to Earth was, the stories that we all hear about Adam and Eve, and we just went from there.
You know
Yeah,
what? I've heard that one too. I've heard that the aliens use us as cattle. I've heard like they
yeah.
made us and they made a mistake. I heard there's also like another place where gold is like their main resource and that's how they can live for hundreds of thousands of years, and that's why when one dies everyone mourns because of how old they were and how much they know and just how neutral they are with everyone. And yeah, and the broken one says hello cute. I think you meant cutie, but Disorder Lord, I gotta move this fluffy so I can go get my cup that I have over there, so I can hydrate for you. You mofo. I forgot to bring it back over here. So yeah, but that is very true. And I also put a poll up so we could put a poll for the whoever thinks aliens is real or not. Whatever you want. I
All
just
right.
put some random stuff in there. We'll see how the chat responds to that. I've never done a poll. That's my first one. Thank you guys. Yeah, let's go. What? Oh, question. What do you think about the concepts that we are rebuilding our knowledge as a former human civilization due to evidence showing higher levels of tech in the past? I personally see a lot of the stuff in technology that they had and were more advanced in a different way, or aliens came down, gave us some things, harvested our like planet in some way, gave us some tools, and they decided not to let us survive, and like, or whatever it may be. Like, it's one of those where it's we don't know, but I do know there was technology back then, and it was just crazy. Like that, some of the things that are there now than there. A lot of people now believe that the pyramids were actually it harvested the sun to get energy for people. But what's your take on that?
I kind of agree with what you were saying. I've always viewed that because it's a really big topic to talk about, and I've always looked at it as when you look at the Egypt um, technology.
You can go ahead. You can go ahead.
I was reading the comment.
I'm just reading that one, and I want to send that to him so bad, but he's not on right now. Like, what the fuck? Damn.
So I've always viewed that with the technology that the Egyptians had, there's been finds of not just the tools that they had, but they've found buried deep in their country that there was actual machines like gears and bolts and stuff like that. I've always viewed that maybe we are restarting from the ground up and that something actually happened. And I've heard a theory that the whole asteroids killing off the dinosaurs was actually our doing because of a war. And that's why the Bermuda Triangle is very weird and mysterious, is because something happened there during that time where we were so advanced. Um, I've always viewed that maybe we are rebuilding because I don't know. It's hard because you always hear stories about new objects being found in the ground, no matter where it is, that a lot of people can't explain. Um, how did this civilization make it?
Yeah.
Or you always hear stories about skulls that are being found that resembles no known other skeleton that humans have found. So they're wondering where did that come from? So I believe that we may have been a type 1, maybe type 2 civilization before, and something just really bad happened.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
And hopefully nothing bad happens again. But we all know humans. Shit. Have you met them? I mean, yeah. Nani? I agree. And it's very interesting how the whole situation, and a lot of people know, like, that they're out there and the governments know, even though they're slowly saying, yeah, they're real. We just are nonchalantly saying it in articles and not just coming out full blown media. And
I
it's
think by this time, if the government does full on come out saying, yeah, aliens are real, I feel more than half the population will be like, yeah, we already know.
right. Like, and the wild one, I was actually gonna about to touch up on this actually because Area 50 was popping in my head. What y'all's opinion about a very possible first contact scenario if government released such information? Honestly, if they release the information, and I think the aliens are the ones also, because I also heard there's like multiple types or races that we are confiding in. That's how we got our advances in technology so quickly. That's how we shot up out of nowhere. Nani? Nani? Yeah, right? What fucker playing Nani? Fuck you. Love you. But if they released the information and they actually went back from the first contact that is in history that we know in this civilization and actually released all the history, like, yeah, we learned this from this, we got this technology from this. Oh yeah, so exciting. Oh my god, I played fucking that. Fuck you. Anyway, and if they change the history, not change the history books, but like explain how we got all these technologies, then that would be cool. That would be awesome and interesting. Because it would change history, but then at the same point, we would be like, okay, that makes sense. So how are we helping them? That's what I want to
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, I've always felt like there was a lot of things with history that was missing. I mean, scientists discovered a cave where it had, caveman paintings on them, and it dated back to long before we even thought cavemans were still around. So,
Dex!
a lot of history is missing. A lot of things get jumbled up. I feel like if they do come clean and like aliens, make first contact.
Thank you for the dicks. Oh god, don't get Plagu in here, because that's all he'll do.
um, I feel like it could go both ways. I feel like it will help us advance further into the future, into
Yeah.
technology, but also at the same time, there's a lot of corrupted people that could use it to maybe repeat history if it really did happen
Yeah.
and wipe us all out again.
I mean, to be honest, I really wish that humanity could come to a terms of good communication. Because whenever any situation happens, haven't you all noticed whenever an argument breaks out, it's due to bad communication? Unless someone literally did something bad to another person, it's usually bad communication. Like, okay, we got other countries with different beliefs. We don't understand those beliefs. If we did, and we actually approached them, try to, and they were wanted to actually not push their judgment on us, and we weren't pushing our judgment on them or our beliefs, whatever, depending on the country, everything would be smoother with everyone. Like, there was a post I actually did recently because someone was saying, tag a toxic content creator. I'm just like, I could tag a whole bunch myself. I know the dirty laundry of a lot of these creators. I really do. Would I ever like air it out? No. Will I avoid those people and not talk to them? Will I block some? Yes. Why? Because there's no point. Everyone does their own different thing. And in that video, I also stated I had lost some friends, went through a Great Depression, and it's like it all boiled down to communication. I believe that no matter what happens in the past, if you communicate, figure something out, you can figure out some sort of resolution. There are some unforgivable things, but at the same point, you grow from that. You learn from that. And that's what I think like the whole world needs to do. like shut the fuck up, man up, and put your differences aside from what someone else does. Like if you walked outside like that, I'd be like, who are you? You're cool. While others would be like, oh, thank God. Like seriously, and like you need God here. I'm gonna push this. No, fuck off. I don't need anything. How about you get to learn? Get to learn who you are. And the poll is 17 yeses and yes, or aliens are real. So those are just my beliefs. And you really derailed me, motherfucker. So like that's really interesting. Like how everyone knows, a good portion of people know and believe that they're real, but it's like why? Like it's like why is Area 51 so like blocked off? I know people who went there and crossed the line, and then they drove up, and it got serious at a point where they're like, "Yeah, we will kill you, and no one will know." Like, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, they're serious. I'm out of here." Like, there's secrets that people don't need to know about for a reason, or it's probably communication. As weird as it sounds, even though like everyone communicates. Check this out. Check out this like random scenario that popped in my head. Like the top alien that gives all the information / technology that shares with us when they think we're ready for it, like they communicate and converse and meet in Area 51. But they also say if anyone comes on here and finds out who we are and gets full details of who we are, we will cut off all ties and you'll never see us again. Control. Power, as you said.
That's pretty deep to think about.
There's so many things you could think about. It's crazy. I love the subject. I love it. Oh, you get a good one. I read it. I was like, this is gonna be interesting, and forgot about it because I read like 4 other people's ideas and other videos or other interviews coming out. I'm like, I like this little concept I came up with, and now we're actually we're not getting close, but we don't have a ton more time. But at the same point, we could stay a little longer. What? Since we know that we agree that aliens are real, Stargate is real. I don't know about Stargate, period, but I do feel that there's devices that someone actually did make a real lightsaber. Anyway, yeah,
Someone also recreated the actual Halo gun to make it an actual live ammunition gun too.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want that.
Is it the needle one? Where it like homes in?
No, it's the standard rifle for Halo.
Ooh. Like, you know what I want a real version of? I don't have any guns, but I would love a real mock-up version of the R301 from Apex. I really would. Like, it just would be cool. Harsh is the OG alien. You know, if I was alien, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't know either way because I was born here. But also, I don't remember. Fun fact about myself. When I say, like, I can't remember stuff or anything, I legit cannot remember anything from, like, I was after 6 months to a year, unless it was a very extreme traumatic event. I can't remember it. It takes a lot of power for me to remember it. The only things I can remember is if I played music and or how to play a game. And that's why I play games so much. Weird. But what was the second subject? What was that one?
Space.
Space? So
yeah, so like just I don't know, anything space related, I guess.
I had a couple
like what's your favorite planet that's been found?
I'm not that knowledgeable on that, but I do want to ask you a question about space. There's one thing that science cannot explain. They all have these theories. But what is your take on space? As in, who created the distance between you and I?
Oh man. Well, my overall opinion of space is I believe, a lot of people say space is expanding. I believe that. I believe 2 things. So I believe that there are supreme 5th dimensional beings that may have created universes, um, and that's how it all started. I also believe that all of this is just a big coincidence. Um, those are my two things that I believe in. Um, I also believe that uh, this is kind of going off subject, but it's still space related. But I also do believe in the theory of the multiverses. So I believe
I
that, yeah,
yes, because there's been times where probably someone was messing with like continuum or like little like things going on, because there's been a lot of times where people see things and it's not edited. You could just see like, how did that just happen?
glitch
Where
in the
did that
matrix.
person? Yeah, the glitch in the matrix stuff. Like, so a lot of those are edited and just positions, but there are some where it's just like where you're just standing in a room, or like you wake up and something's like this, something doesn't feel right. Why? And then you look outside, or it's like it just you just don't feel right, or like something happens and you're like, with your gut, like what if like something was telling you from a different area or a future time, just like mentally, like it's weird. There was someone who actually recently that saw a video of that actually was able to reconnect with his past life and say everything that happened. And when they looked for that person, the scenario, where we're at, and it was all fact, but yet the kid was only what, maybe
Four.
five, not yeah. Okay, you did see that one, right?
Yeah,
It's like
I tell that story all the time.
I'm like, what? Uh, Apex is free for everything and everyone. So you just download it, then get the other person's name, and you could play crossplay too. So everyone could play with each other. Don't take that to the gutter, people. Really? No, come on. Play with each other? Okay. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, I got nothing. That's really not off tangent, but like space in general, like the multiverse, the fact of time continuum, like just everything. Like fate, is fate actually real, or do you control your own fate? I mean, is it everything that you're supposed to do in life written in your DNA as soon as you're born? Like
Hmm.
every single action and everything you do until you die? We don't know this yet. It's true, but it makes
Yeah.
sense because if you think about this, biological creatures are technically, in actuality, same thing as like a computer. If we really are, because all we do is we control our body and we do what we're programmed to do, either from what past experiences or what our parents have thought. But there was actually some guy who did a research study with, I think it was triplets, with the same DNA structures separated with three different families. One should have grown up to be one way, one should have grown up to be another way, one should have been grown up this way. They all, when they all finally met, they all did relatively the same kind of things and had the same demeanors because of their genetic code. So it's
That's crazy.
so it's thinking about genetic codes and just in general, like when you're born, is everything actually written out? You're gonna do everything? Is me having this conversation like this supposed to happen? I mean, it really is an interesting concept. Like, I don't know. I love these topics. And I lost my train of thought. God damn it. I had one.
I think one of my favorite things when it comes to space is I usually never get it right, but it's either called time dilation or time relativity, and it's where if you leave Earth at 15 years, 15 years old, and everyone else that you know is also 15 years old, um, and then you go far, far out into space, like on the other side of the universe, and you're there for 5 years, and then you come back. Everyone that you knew there is going to be, I think it went like either 20 or 25 years old, but you will still be the same age. You will look like how you did when you left. it's because of the gravitational pulls from all around space.
Hmm.
So I think that's the most interesting thing I think about space. Like there's a movie called Interstellar. There's a lot of things in there that needs to be taken with a grain of salt. But one thing they really hit spot on was they went through a wormhole and they were on the other side of the universe and they were going to this planet that could support life. And 1 hour on that planet was 7 years back on Earth. So, yeah, that stuff is really crazy to think about.
That is very interesting. That is very interesting. Huh.
Mhm.
Never thought of it that way. I've seen movies who've done that and other things, or like even Supernatural, I think, did that or some shit with hell or something, or time travel different, or time moves differently. Like 1 minute on Earth is like 5 years in hell or some shit, like something like that. I don't know. Forgot if that was that Supernatural or something else. What the fuck was that? But I know what you're saying because it's a very interesting concept. Hmm.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Those are good topics and fun. Yes, hell yeah. And so we come to the conclusion that we still don't know shit. We do believe in aliens because we've seen too much shit in the
Yeah.
sky that we can't do yet. And space itself is we have no clue. We have
Mhm.
no clue. I love nerding out. I know, right? So now, since we are getting close to that hour mark, we're going to start asking, or I'm going to start asking the closing questions. I always say we're. I'm like, what the fuck? I realize every time when I say that, if I don't say it, but yeah, I'm going to start asking the closing questions. So, first one is there anything else you would like to talk about, discuss, go over, or just like kind of talk about that we didn't get to that you wanted to talk about, or something that popped in your head?
Uh, Not really. Actually, there is one. When we first started this live stream, we were talking about, what got me into um, TikTok and being a content creator. All I gotta say is for people that know me from TikTok, know me from the Wild Syndicate family, or on my Snapchat, if you're ever looking for tips and tricks with how to make your lines more straight with face paint, or how to, I don't know, show more emotion in your TikTok videos, you can always ask me questions. I I don't mind. I always like helping people try to bring out the best that they can, and even better with whatever content they want to create, whether that's funny, scary, or a little bit of both.
Yep. Awesome, awesome. You're like me. You're like me. Like, just if you need help, just hit me up. That's all you gotta do. And yeah, and I will get back to you. Might not be extremely right away, but I will get back to you. But what's ironic is I remember I'm Top Creeper, and she has a hard time expressing emotion. And Blood Vixen was showing or teaching her how to do that. She said, stand in the mirror and just mimic like angry, happy, sad, like mimic it and look at your face and see, oh, wow, that does not look sad. How do I make it look sad? Like, what was it? We were shooting the other night, or I was actually in OC the other night. Surprise, surprise, with Blood Vixen, and we were doing this one sound. What was it? We are not your friend. We are not your enemy. We are your salvation. And I, she was like, why can't you look menacing? I'm like, I will try to, but like, I'm not, that's not me. I'm like the contrast of you. And she's just looking at me like, I try to look menacing, but still with my character. Cause like, Lethios is more for me like my goofy, evil, dark side that like is like very strategic, but yet is will be goofy. But at the same point, like, I'm gonna do some evil ass shit. But yeah, and that's very good. It just reminded me of that. I don't know why I'm going on tangents like a motherfucker tonight, but still, I love it. Okay, okay. So you guys need help. You can contact him, you contact me, even Blood. Blood, her DMs are open. Like any question, we're all here for us. For us, for we, for
Right.
everyone. Yes. So, second question is, do you have any stories about fire? Like anything that caused fire, or you saw fire, or blew something up?
Any stories with fire? Huh. I think the most craziest fire story I have is I was living in Oregon. My family were having a bonfire, and me not knowing anything at the time, I threw garbage onto the fire to keep it going. And it comes to find out that there was an aerosol can in the garbage. And luckily, I was wearing a Carhartt jacket, and it ended up exploding and shooting out of the fire and hitting me in the stomach. And this was back when I was 17, so the scar's kind of gone, but I used to have a big circle scar, and the doctor said if I was not wearing that jacket to slow it down, it probably would have went right into me.
Yep.
So I think that's my most
Damn.
craziest story about fire.
Damn. All right, kids and adults, don't throw canisters of things in fire. They go boom.
Fireball.
Especially a propane tank. It goes boom and burns down bridges. Where's Mystery Pop Tart?
Wait, that's
story.
what they do?
Mystery Pop Tart was drunk one day, throws a propane tank in a fire, it blows up and burns down a bridge.
Oh man.
Exactly. What about an interesting fact about yourself that not too many people actually know?
Um, an interesting fact. Um, I got two. So the first one isn't, I guess, really all that interesting, but I won't be able to do it on video chat because it's different. I'm able to make a heartbeat sound with my throat. That sounds extremely real. I can make it go from slow to fast, from fast to slow, and it legit sounds like a heartbeat. Don't ask me how I do it. I was in the fourth grade, randomly started making that noise, and I can do it ever since. Um,
I just figured I could do this, and I just kept doing it, and I scare people.
I have scared people. They'll be looking around and be like, "Is that your heart?" And they'll be like, "Yeah." They're like, "I think you need to go to the hospital."
I feel like popping out of my chest. That's fucking cool. That's really cool, actually. Wow,
Yeah.
that's really cool. That's really fucking cool. I mean, you get scared the fuck out of people. Go into an elevator, and you just start making the noise, and you're like, "Are you okay?" Like, wait, is that you? And like, I hear your heart. Like, you okay? Like,
Don't give me ideas.
dude, doing an OC. Go, like, you're in a full blown OC, like your evilest OC, and you go in an elevator. You just start making that noise, and then you have a partner with you. You better record this. You have a partner with you. Like, heart. Oh my god. I feel like it's gonna beat on my chest. And have someone else there like watching, like, what the fuck is dude, you have to do it. And please tag me. I gotta see that. That would be fucking epic. But okay. That's an interesting fact. I gotta see that one. Now, do you have any questions for myself and Blood?
Um, what got you into TikTok and doing creator content?
I got into content creation because Blood wanted to help out financially around. So she's like, you know what, I'll do this. Because she's been entertaining before. She's done entertainment, and she did it. I saw that she was doing it. I liked it, so I jumped on. I was on the Twitch part. I was better at the YouTube because I know how to edit. Then I discovered TikTok from Harris Heller, and I made a TikTok because exposure was on there. Why not? Did not know how to use it until Blood got on it and went, "What the fuck are you doing?" Started doing stuff, and then she kind of blew up on it at first, and I discovered what the algorithm likes at the time before the BLM movement. And have a good night, heart attack. It was just deep contrast where you could see everything at the time, where it was just like white background, bright background, and dark stuff, so it could see everything. And that's what helped like her and I just like blow up a little bit. Mostly her because she was already blowing up while I started late on the OC stuff, and that's what got me into it. And I want to make it my career. It's just finally fine tuning and just breaking down and doing the content I'm supposed to be doing. Like doing YouTube native content, doing this more, and then making Apex content to where people see who I am, get to know who I am, because I'm not known for Apex anywhere. That's what I do. So once I get known for that, then be good. But yeah, that's what got me into it, and I love doing it. Sometimes I just want to like unplug everything and say fuck it all, but I'd rather be doing this than delivering mail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, any more questions?
No.
No, you good? You good?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Now the last one will be, who would you like to refer to be on the show?
Hmm. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I got two. I got two. Is
You,
that okay?
you can refer a million people. I don't care. But go ahead, too.
Oh,
You
okay.
got to.
So one of them has been following me for a very, very long time. Uh, and if you need like what her TikTok name is and what it looks like, it's called it's underscore Tiff Pop. Um, she makes a lot of I think it's called shadow content where like the shadow outline with the LED mouth light thing.
Okay.
Um, yeah, she makes a lot of that content. She's super nice. Um, she's been following me pretty much ever since I got TikTok. Um, so yeah, and I would probably say the other creator would be uh, Evie Darling. She does a lot of cosplay content and some OC content, but her content's always good. The very first time I ever came across her, I saw one video. I can't remember what cosplay she was doing, but I was like, "Oh, this looks really cool," and it was an instant follow. So yeah.
Nice, nice. Very nice. Okay, okay. Definitely, you know them, so have them reach out to me in some way or form, and we'll make this happen. So, with that being said, I think this was a show. Now, I'm going to keep you on the line, and we're going to be right back with some Apex. Don't have cats because they shed fur everywhere. Yes, everywhere. But anyway, I'm going to be right back. We're going to play some Apex after this. I don't know who's joining me. I don't know who's going to be playing with me. Why that sounds so wrong tonight for some reason. But anyway, see you soon, and bye.
Bye.